Hello, my fellow musers, friends, and guests. Welcome to The Musing Show. I am your host, Tanya D., Holistic Shemedium. Thanks for joining me for this week's vlog. And as we continue to muse about tips for living longer, healthier, and younger, guess what tip number 7 is? Staying hydrated. And did you know that around 75 million Americans are dehydrated and most don't even realize it or even recognize it? Aside from thirst, symptoms of dehydration include headaches or weakness, dizziness, fatigue. You can become lethargic with symptoms scaling up to more serious warning signs of dry mouth, say, dry skin, dry eyes, little or no urine output. You become sluggish, rapid heartbeat, maybe a fever, and even loss of skin elasticity. So the body is approximately 70% water. Even the bones are 30% made up of water. Bet you didn't know that. So it makes perfect sense to keep the body optimally hydrated for not just health, but for youth. Dehydration causes our emotions to become unbalanced. Our kidneys, health, and function actually suffers, and our elimination becomes compromised when we are dehydrated. So research even reveals compelling information about our requirements for drinking water, especially as we age, and the influence of hydration on a wide range of our bodily systems, including our bones. So lack of water is a contributor to brittle bones, making many more senior adults more susceptible to dangerous bone fractures, hip breakings, right? And in traditional Chinese medicine, it tells us that in the 5th and the last of the 5 15-year phases of life, after 60 years of age, which I believe it goes further, but we begin to experience a tendency to stiffen and to dehydrate, causing loss of our skin tone. And there's also a loss of collagen with young energy at its lowest point. For these and other reasons, proper absorbable hydration is actually critical. So for more info on the 5-element theory of Chinese medicine and how it applies to you, please browse my website, tanyad.tv. But let's carry on. For older adults, it isn't always as simple as merely drinking a lot of water. Many older adults experience a decrease in receptor sensitivity, which is the body's ability to detect the fluid within and around our cells. And what happens is this causes the person to not feel thirsty when in fact their bodies are definitely requiring a lot more water. So for this vitally important reason, it's more important than ever for older adults to drink several glasses of water daily, even if they aren't thirsty. In fact, adding lots of fresh, high water content fruits and vegetables can provide additional, very absorbable hydration. So our skin and body tissues require enormous amounts of water. The brain requires the greatest amount to function because water facilitates the electrical functions that basically command the entire body. The largest portion of water supplied throughout the body comes from what we drink, and the rest from food and leftover cellular metabolism. So we lose 80% of our fluids throughout urine and 20% through perspiration through the skin's respiratory system when we're sweating. So water runs through our veins, arteries, glands, organs in order to feed, pump, and even transport fluid. So it's important to note that even gentle workouts, tip number 2, or walking for exercise, tip number 4, actually help disperse water through our bodies. So when you move your connective tissue through exercise, it facilitates the movement of water throughout the body. Water also regulates body temperature, which explains why dehydrated elderly cannot tolerate hot temperatures and often perish. So we may not get enough water into our cells, where it's crucial for metabolism and countless other functions, says Dana Cohen. She's an MD. She's an author of Quench, Beat the Fatigue, Drop Weight, and Heal Your Body through the new science of optimum hydration. So consuming processed foods and even our heated homes actually can interfere with our body's water absorption, believe it or not. But groundbreaking research from Harvard and even Cornell universities, they found that water in our cells and in plant cells is not H2O, but H3O2. What? So it's a gel-like structured water charged by electrolytes acting as fuel for every action of every cell. So it's called gel water, and it comes from sources like fruits, vegetables, cacti, chia seeds, and collagen. So what these findings about water and hydration indicated is that we must take a much closer look at our diets and not just our water intake. So certain studies have indicated that liquid water alone is not sufficient for hydration, actually. And it's been demonstrated in cases where subjects couldn't achieve hydration despite actually over drinking water. So another doctor believes that this gel water primes our cells for optimal function, that it's actually more hydrating than simple liquid water. So this living water is a newly identified phase of water that's not quite liquid, vapor, or ice. It's identified by an extra hydrogen and oxygen atom. So weight loss becomes easier than we ever thought possible. And we also think better, move better, sleep better, age better. So all these qualities, just increasing this gel water in the body is one of the best things that you can do for your body. And I've seen amazing results in hundreds of patients, she goes on to say. So European research shows that consuming plants rich in gel water, most fruits and vegetables, is up to twice as hydrating as drinking water because it passes more readily into our cells, into our body. It's denser and is less likely to leak out of damaged or aging cells. So tips for consuming gel water. So the way to consume gel water is actually quite simple. Just begin drinking plain water that has been further improved with a slice of citrus fruit, for example, lemons, limes, oranges. Another way is to sip water while consuming foods rich in potassium, like bananas. I actually throw a banana in hot lemon water and drink that with some chlorophyll added greens. And broccoli, or it's rich in magnesium, like avocados and dark chocolates. You can add a pinch of Himalayan salt to your water to add electrolytes, which will transform your regular water into gel water. Consume 6 servings of gel water-rich foods daily, and for every dehydrating grain-based food that you eat, add an extra portion. And always avoid processed foods because they siphon off fluid during digestion. Eat plant-based healthy fats. Another quote, water enters cells through an oil-guarded membrane. Good fats, especially omega-3s, keep membranes supple, increasing absorption. Add a few teaspoons of crushed chia seeds to your smoothies, which I do. And when the blender crushes the seeds, more gel is actually created. Cook with bone broth. It's full of collagen and it gets gel water. Cook with coconut oil or ghee, both of which are full of gel water and electrolytes. If you have access to an infrared sauna, which some of you do, know that those light waves in the red wave spectrum range will reach the water molecules in your body and split them into positive and negative charges, thus shifting their molecular structure and creating gel water. So the sun also does exactly the same as the infrared sauna. But modest exposure to the sun is nature's way of purifying and charging water. So in theory, the subtle electrical charge of the planet could actually help split the water molecules around us and inside of us as well. So earthing, discussed in tip number 3, get and stay grounded, just might be another way to increase hydration. Check out the endnotes on this blog for more inspiration, and for the individuals that I credit the information to as well. And if you haven't followed me on any social media platforms, you can find me at What's Up Tanya D on Facebook. You can also find me on Instagram. I am at The Tanya D. On Twitter, I'm at Green Skinny Girl. On YouTube, Tanya D. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do and ring that bell. I need some help here. And on iTunes, subscribe to my podcast, please. Musing with Tanya D. Season 2 was all about the elements, a view from an energetic perspective. And this season, or season 3, is about the energy world. You can also visit my corridor for well-being and healing at club.tanyad.tv, where I host all my online courses. And also tanyad.tv, where I host everything else from energy-based skin and body care, Green Skinny Girl, if you are ready to transform to eating healthier and being more vital, essential oils, and so much more.